Lieutenant Pollock. I have been a little bit. I'm just about to do the press conference, so if you have some info, I'll take it. And he's safe and everything? Okay, and he's... Okay, and no injuries or anything? Just... Okay. Okay, sounds good. All right. Yeah, he's all good.
Set?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
First your name,
Sure.
how to spell it?
Yeah. Are you going to hold it?
Yep,
Okay.
I can hold
Lieutenant Kevin Pollock, P-A-W-L-A-K.
it. All right, so what was the result of the,
Okay, yeah, so I was here to have a press conference to have you guys help us find missing, what we consider to be an endangered missing adult who suffers from autism. He'd been missing probably since around 9 o'clock, and shortly after noon they called us to help look for him. And we pretty much dropped everything and been working on that for the last 2.5 hours. And I'm happy to report we did just find him, and he is fine, everything is fine. He was just taking an extended long walk, so we're very fortunate that he didn't find any way to harm himself or be harmed by getting hit or anything. So I was going to look for more assistance from you, so thank you for showing up, but turns out we did have a happy ending to this today. I would like to thank, it's a great effort of our recent training that we've been doing with coordination with the fire departments and with surrounding agencies to work together for rescue task force type things. We used that in this incident command kind of situation, and it really paid off today. I think it was turned out to be a great repetition for us to get to work on that. But so thanks to the firemen, Green Bay Fire, City PD, De Pere Fire, De Pere PD, and Bellevue Fire were all involved, and as well as you guys in the media putting it all out and social media. Was a pretty good happy ending for us.
Is he missing from a private residence?
From a private residence, yeah, and the family would respect if you respect their wishes to not they don't want to talk to the media at all. But yeah, from a private residence, and it was very unlike him. So he's not. He had autism, and he was verbal autism, so he wasn't a danger to the public at all. We were just really more concerned for him because with his functioning disability, we were very concerned for him. So, and as was the family. So.
and how far away was he found?
Probably going to be in the 5 to 7 miles away, I would say. Is probably what it's going to turn out to be. So.
And who found him, or how did they?
Some citizens called him in, and we got 2 or 3 separate calls down in the southern part of the county, which we thought was a little far from to have made it, but we did go to check those out, and sure enough, that was him. So the police found him, but through citizens calling in.
In response to an alert?
In response to alert, we did use the Code Red system that we have in place. We did a 10-mile radius on the Code Red system, did all the social medias, and then you guys obviously all blasted it out on your social media. So it was a good exercise in what social media can do and the cooperation with agencies.
The Code Red, that's the reverse 911.
Yes, it is. Yep. And then they did a 10-mile radius with his information out on it. So we did use Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and we did use the Ring app also that notified it out. Plus all you guys using your social medias, it was a good result.
Any injuries, anything like that?
No, everything's fine. Yeah, just very fortunate. Looks like he just don't know the whole story, but you heard me on the phone. He sounds like everything's fine. He's on his way home now. So.
Yeah. What is the next step? Do you know? What is the next protocol?
Now we'll just debrief probably the whole thing, and everyone will go back to normal. Everyone will return to their stations and return. Our day shift will finally get to go home today, and then we'll just call it a day and probably brief it in a day or two. Things we could do better and things that went well. So, but for the gentleman, I think Mom will be happy to have him home, and it'll just be a reunion and discussion on their protocols if something was missed.
Do you know, was he aware that people were looking for him?
I don't know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know how old he is?
Yeah, he's 46 years old, adult male. He didn't have any cell phone on him, and he didn't have any traceable credit card or anything, and he wouldn't have known really how to Uber or anything like that. So it wasn't So we're assuming it's just a really long walk,
He's
so,
walking.
yeah. So, but fortunately, it was not too cold today, and he was dressed for it, so we weren't really worried about that. Just, he did have a jacket and stocking hat on, so we weren't too worried about hypothermia or anything just yet. Tonight we would have been, but just today we really weren't, but it was just finding him and making sure he didn't jet out in the roadway or find a retention pond or something that sometimes they're attracted to, so.
Regarding the police response, when the initial call came out, police squad cars went by, full lights, sirens, high priority. Is
Yeah.
that typical for calls like this?
It is, yep, for missing endangered people like that and for missing juveniles that we think under kind of a newer way to go about those things, yeah, we're considering those emergencies from the start to try to get, especially to look for places that we think that they could go and accidentally harm themselves, like a retention pond. So yeah, we go right as fast as we can to those areas first and to get as much information as we can first. So the sooner we can get all that, and we definitely consider that a priority one situation. So good question, but yeah, it's a new normal, but it is normal, yep.
So he was reported missing at 9 a.m. this morning?
No, he was reported just after noon, like 12:07.
Just after noon, okay.
But I think that, I don't know what the delay was for, but I'm assuming the family was probably doing their own searches and just figured he was at a few of the common places he does work and things like that. But when he turned out he wasn't at those places, then they called.
So he
So-
left around 9.
Yeah, we think at least by around 9 he left. So probably missing for a good 3 hours before they called, yeah.
There's some people who thought they saw drones, is that true? Were
Yeah,
you-
we did use 3 drones, that's correct, yep. We used 3 county area drones from different agencies that have them. So we did use 3, and that's one thing I did want to mention, yeah. We did use 3 drones to check the places that we couldn't go by foot. And we were going to just about to go door to door, and we're going to ask the residents to check their homes really thoroughly and their like outbuildings and things like that, because sometimes adults with some of these characteristics can just walk into homes and thinking it's theirs, that kind of thing. So we were going to ask people to check their homes, or if they came home from work to check their homes, but we don't need to do that now. So, but that would be the next step was to go door to door and start looking. It is a little atypical that he's that far away, but he did have a few hours, I guess, and he is an adult. For a child, that would have been really abnormal to be that far away, but for an adult with special needs adult, he's fully capable of walking that far. So,
What community is he originally from?
Alloway,
Alloway.
Yep.
right.
yep, lives
Did
in
you
Alloway.
see anything on the drones?
Well, no, not that, because he was out of the drone area by the time we used
Okay.
the drones. Yeah,
Where do they find him again?
down in the town of Morrison, I believe that's southern part of the county, along Highway G, County Highway G, but on the way southern part of the county. So, all right, anything else, guys? All right, thank you for coming. Got good news, and and in the future too, had something came up before this, I would have tweeted it out to. I mean, we literally found out before I came down here, but in the future, then we'll just use Twitter as our main. If there's a hot thing going on like this, Twitter will be our main release thing.